guest this week has got a story fit for the big screen. From
Yes,
walk-on
sir.
at our alma mater UB to signing an NFL contract to winning the Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl this past year with the Chiefs. The
Yes,
poster
sir.
boys for resilience. Many would have
Yeah.
folded if faced with the hurdles he has. Less than 1% of
Mm-hmm.
athletes reach his heights. Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
champion, my boy, Damone Harris. Moan was good,
How we
bro.
doing? Chilling, man. Chilling. Living life, man.
I
Living
can't
life,
complain.
man.
Man, life of a Super Bowl champion, man. What does that look like?
Shoot. In 2020, it looks like quarantine, apparently. In 2020, it looks like quarantine, but
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of love, man. A lot of love. People reached out from the beginning of my career in high school until, all people I know up into the league, man. So many people reached out and showed so much love and
Yeah.
appreciation. It's just like a climax. It's something I'll never forget for sure.
Yeah. So is that kind of the thing that makes people like you watch the Super Bowl? When I was watching the game, like dudes
Mhm.
tearing up, is it because you're thinking
Yeah,
about the journey from high school to college
right.
to pros? Is that what it is?
It's such a surreal feeling. You can't put it into words, man. When you feel like confetti, like I was in a confetti snow angels. It was just like even like I thought it was the peak after we won the AFC Championship. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, it can't get better than this. And the Super Bowl was like, it was just like it was unreal. It felt like we were on our own like planet. Like that field just felt like the confetti, everything. It was just indescribable.
Yeah.
Like I wish everyone could have that feeling at some point in their life.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, we
Hmm.
talked about it, like only, very few get to feel that feeling, and being in
Right.
the league, for 3 years, and you're already feeling that it's unreal for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Some guys
Um,
never even make the
yeah,
playoffs, man. Let alone the Super Bowl.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing for you. But let's talk about the journey a little bit, right? So
Right.
you've had
Right.
a wild journey so far in your short
Very
career, but
interesting.
like, how did you start playing football? Because you were a hooper before, like from what I remember.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So I was a hooper. I didn't play organized sports like period until like I think my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah,
I played like at a charter school actually my freshman year. I
yeah.
take it back. I played at charter school my freshman year. In the city of Buffalo, downtown Buffalo, called Buffalo Academy of Science Charter School. And then I went transferred to Bishop Timon St. Jude, where I
Mhm.
ultimately finished my high school career. So my sophomore year, I was playing basketball, and I mean, I'm like decently athletic. And the football coach at the time, like going into my junior year, was like, if you come out and play football, I can make you to a Division I football player, because he
Yeah.
played Division I football at Holy Cross University, and he's like, I know talent when I see that I can make it to a Division I football player. At the time, I didn't believe him because I never put on football pads before. I'm like, man, like, what am I do playing football? Like, man, I remember my junior year running out on kickoff. It was cold. I got hit. I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
Bro, that
yeah,
sounds like
this ain't
every
the
basketball
move.
player.
Right. I was like, this ain't it until I really started to embrace the contact. And man, I was trash even when I first came out. Like my whole junior year, I didn't even play. I didn't
Yeah.
even play, bro. I didn't play till the last two games of my junior year, and I started, did decently, and then I came out for my senior year, and then ended up missing half my senior year with a high ankle sprain. I had a real bad high ankle sprain, so I probably played a total of like 9, 10 high school games.
Bro, that's wild.
No, seriously, yeah. So, um, man, luckily, but my head coach in high school, his brother-in-law, Greg Meyer,
Oh, I
was
remember
at
Greg.
on the yeah. He was on the coaching staff at UB,
Mm-hmm.
and so he just shot up my film, my football film of what I had. I mean, the little games that I had, and he was
Right.
like, "Man, this kid's really athletic. Maybe we'll offer him a walk-on spot. Let's go to his basketball games." So UB actually came and watched me play basketball. They didn't come to any of my football games. They came and watched me play basketball winter, and then they offered me a preferred walk-on spot, and then kind of just kept climbing the ladder from there, man.
Bro, I remember when I first seen you, man. Like you said, you was a walking. I'm like, how? Like you had the body type. You know what I mean? You had the look. You
I
had
didn't
the
know how to
body
get in a
type.
3-point stance. That was all. I
But
didn't know how to get in stands,
like
bro.
like everybody kind of knew, like, and once you figured it out, things will
Right.
get better. So like you had a similar like kind of career like in high school as Mac, like Khalil Mack, right? Because he
Right.
played basketball, up until his
Mm-hmm.
junior year, I think, and then started
Mm-hmm.
getting looks for football, transfer to football, just
Mm-hmm.
like you. When you got to UB, was that somebody you was looking up to?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, he's a guy that I covered my true freshman year. I'm fifth string walk on DN. superstar his senior year, All-American,
Yeah.
go in, kills at Ohio State, obviously. And,
Yeah.
a guy that, but him, even coming to UB before I knew about Khalil, Steve Means,
Oh yeah.
those guys, man. He's from the city too. He's from Buffalo, so definitely someone I looked up to. So I mean, someone I try even to this day model my game after as best I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You really can't go wrong. And then you get to the league. What's the transition like? Your first, welcome to the league moment, like where you're going from, dominating your senior year. Now you're starting from the bottom again, and you got to work your way up. And it's kind of that same mentality you have in your first year at UB, where you got to fight for everything. So what's that mentality like? When you're a first year rookie player with Tampa Bay.
Right. So I just kind of treated it as kind of the same process. It's just at a higher level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The more is at stake. Now we talking about my livelihood now.
Yeah.
Now we talking about, man, this is how I'm gonna eat. Like, I mean, before you take it serious, but now in the league, you like, I can get cut any day. I gotta be on my P's and Q's. I can, now I get to the league, I hit my stride, I know what I'm doing. So being undrafted in the NFL is like, you know what I mean? It's like pretty similar to being a walk-on. You start at the bottom of the totem pole. But, I worked my way up and, had my first basically 2 seasons with the Bucs and, made their roster this past year. And unfortunately, they cut me I think week 5 this season, but ended up in Baltimore on their practice squad for a few weeks, about a month. And then, Casey gave me an opportunity. It was like, we want you to play defense. Like, only no special teams, just play defense. And I was like, man, this is the opportunity as an undrafted guy.
Yeah.
This is all you can ask and dream for. So they gave me the opportunity. I went right to KC and taken advantage of it ever since, man. Made some plays last season, fortunately, and hoping to grow my role even bigger this year.
For sure. I remember when you posted that on IG, I'm like, because you look happy in Baltimore, like you're getting comfortable. But then the opportunity came to go to KC, and it was like, you're gonna play as a professional. You can never pass that up.
And then to play with this team, be a part of this special team. Period.
Yeah. So you're on Baltimore and Kansas City. What makes the Chiefs special? Because Baltimore is a special teams too, right? But both championship caliber teams. What makes the Chiefs that much more special?
I wouldn't say that much more special. I think teams have a special uniqueness to themselves. Like there was a uniqueness to when I was in Tampa Bay, that team. There was a uniqueness to Baltimore. Like the camaraderie in Baltimore, it was straight love. You felt the outpour of love from the city, not just the locker room.
Right.
And it's the same thing in KC. It's another brotherhood, but it's just, they all have their uniqueness to it. So I can't say one is better than the other, but I can say that I love that I play for the Chiefs. I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Right. And so far, in your short career, other than the Super Bowl, what sticks out the most to you? What's the moment where you're that just like, you catch yourself thinking about, every now and then?
I think when I got cut, because it was like, man, that was like, for me, that was like when you at the bottom and it's like, man, you feel unwanted, or you feel like, man, you don't know what's next, or, that was a defining moment for me. And when I knew I was getting cut, like that they told me I got cut from Tampa Bay, I was on my bye week. I'm thinking I got the whole week to come back home to Buffalo, see my family. It's a Tuesday, I get back. It's like 11 a.m. I get a call from one of the football ops for the Bucs. He's like, yeah, I'm telling you, we got to let you go. It's like a quick phone call, like a minute phone call. I hung up the phone. I'm like,
what just happened? Yeah.
Crazy.
It's bad when they're calling you on your day off. Like, nothing.
On your day off, like, bro, nothing good happened on the day off, bro. What are you calling me about? What they calling me on the day off?
Hey, what do they need? It's my time off.
What you need? I'm not even in town. I'm back home, man. What you need on my day off, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was a defining moment for me, and it will be in my career as I continue to build, because it was like, you know what I mean? I'm already a walk-on. I'm already undrafted. Like, and then I don't got to – it was like, where do I go from here? But it was like, from there, I'm like, I just told myself, like, you know what I mean? It's only up. You're at the bottom right now.
Right.
You can't go anywhere but up.
Right.
So I think even when I was in Baltimore, I mean, yes, anyone on that staff in Baltimore, like when I got to Baltimore, I was giving that starting one offense, I was giving them hell in practice. I was giving Lamar hell. I was trying to give them hell in practice every day. They were about to, the week before that I left the KC, they were going to promote me to the active roster, but you know what I mean? I just felt like, you know what I mean? KC called me. I was like, I got to take it now. I got cut. I didn't trust anybody's word.
Yes.
It was like,
and honestly, in pro football, you really can't trust anybody because they'll say anything to keep you happy, right?
Right, exactly. So Baltimore, they were sad I left, but you know what I mean? I had to just take advantage of the opportunity. Absolutely. But I mean, it'll always be love with Baltimore too.
Oh, for sure. And so, like, the moment you get cut, is that the furthest you ever felt from your dream of you know, playing professional football? Were you like, man, like, or was there another moment you're like, man, I'll never, like, what's the furthest you ever felt from your actual dream?
Like low?
Yeah,
like,
the low.
Like furthest low. I mean, well, other than getting cut, man, it's just when you're at your lowest, so you're low. Like even my true freshman year when I was fifth string.
Yeah.
And I was at UB, and I was just like, yo, I barely know how to get a 3-point stance. You got Matt coming doing these crazy spin moves,
looking smooth,
putting people, forklifting people all crazy. I'm just like,
I'll never get there.
I don't know if I ever, but it's like I tell people all the time, man, when they ask me, you got people, innocent kids asking you, how do you make it to the NFL? Like there's some secret potion. Like, there's no secret potion, or there's no secret, you know what I mean? It's this. It's just, you got to break everything down into a process, and everything's unique to you as that person.
Right.
You break down that process and build on it a day and day at a time, and then, I mean, give it your all, and you might find yourself in that spot.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to look at it because, you know, people think there's this magic secret or a magic, like you said, magic potion. There isn't. The common denominator when you talk to like all great athletes or whatever, it's always you put in the work. You got to put in the work, right? And you may get lucky sometimes, but the work is always there.
Right. And eventually, even if you do get lucky, those guys get weeded out. It's like
100%.
Those guys that, like, you know what I mean, got a lot of hype around them, and they come into the league as maybe high draft picks. You see a high draft pick get cut because they weren't producing because they didn't put the work in. It just might have been blessed athletically. But, I mean, only the real survive in the league, man. It ain't eventually gonna get weeded out.
That's facts.
So,
so you're on the Chiefs and you get there, and then what was your, you know, thoughts of Pat Mahomes before you got there? Then after you got there, were you surprised, or did you kind of know what he was like?
I mean, obviously I didn't know him personally before, but I mean, obviously, you know, he's a gunslinger. You see the crazy stuff that passes behind the back, things like that. Man, my thoughts on him before, just like, you know, he's a great player. You know, he's one of those generational talents. And then, you know, to get there in person, be in the locker room around him. You know, I was with him earlier today, just hanging out. You know, and you know, we all get together, work out, and you know, he's just a normal guy. That was the biggest thing to me. He's so down to earth. It's like that when you see that in your superstar, he got the biggest contract in sports history. You see a guy like that is super humble. It just, you know, sets the tone for the rest of the team. And I think us as a brotherhood, we grow and feed off his energy.
100%. And I always say that about Mac, bro. When we were at UB, bro, Mac was talking to everybody, like literally everybody. The
true freshman, it didn't matter.
Your true freshman, walk-on freshman, like water boy, bro. He was talking to everybody like they're bros. And that's the standard.
That goes a long way in people's like minds and their thought process about you, know, and the way you treat people. Because, man, you got your superstar treating people like that. It just, you know what I mean? People just they form to that. They grow towards that. You know?
Yeah, they feed off that. And the other thing about Mahomes, like, bro, when I saw what he signed for, bro, I was like, well deserved, bro. Like, honestly, I don't even know him.
No, I thought they was gonna give him a part ownership of the team. I was like, man, he can go in there and ask for whatever he wants.
Right.
They better give it to him because it's like, you ain't gonna find that. It's so hard to win. It's such a quarterback-driven league.
Right.
And if you got a guy like him that has been a proven winner, then, man, you gotta go.
Man. You gotta go. I feel like they kind of got him. They got a team-friendly deal at him, even though it's $500 million. That's how great he is, man. That's like I said to myself. Well, like I was like I was like out with my boy, and he told me, yo, Pat Mahomes just signed for $500 million. I'm like, well deserved. That's exactly what I saw. Like he's worth everything.
Very well deserved.
Yeah,
man, very well deserved. But he came back from every single playoff game.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about the playoffs though, because you guys were down every single game, right? And I was thinking, like, I want to ask you this: like, what is the number you got to be down that you're thinking, oh man, we can't come back from this? What's that number like? Because you were down 24. To Houston?
With
the Chiefs. Yeah. What's that number?
Bro, I think we could be down 50, and I feel like we still got a chance. with how explosive, bro.
Yeah.
How explosive our offense is.
Yeah.
We got Sammy, we got Tyreek, we got D-Rob, we got McCole, bro. We got
the running backs
everywhere.
Yeah.
We got Damian. We just drafted Clyde Edwards from LSU. We got, bro, skill players are stacked. And then you got somebody that can improvise and create.
Yes, that's the game changer right there. Because there are teams that got weapons. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes could be on another team, and they got weapons, and he'd probably do the same thing. But they couldn't do the same thing because they don't got him, right? That's right there.
That's why it's like you can't cover us. You can't cover them all for too long. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
The play gonna break down. The play gonna break down eventually.
That's football.
Somebody's gonna get open.
Somebody's gonna get open. So with him and his improvisation, like obviously you've gone against him in practice. You've gone against Lamar in practice. Who would you say is like the toughest dude to sack?
I would
in the whole league.
In the whole league, I would probably have to say Lamar, man. Lamar is shifty, just because he can make you miss. He can probably go out the door, come back in the door, spin around the door, tiptoe around it. He's so shifty, man. I mean, Pat's hard to sack too. A lot of guys,
I feel like Russell Wilson does a no look.
He's very, very, because he has such a low center. He's low key built like the running back, Russell Wilson. So, but I would say Lamar's probably got to be the toughest one to sack just because of the shiftiness. Yeah,
and literally like at any given moment, like he could be the fastest dude on the field. Like how are you sacking
him too, and Tyrod Taylor, low key.
Yes,
Tyrod Taylor is very hard to sack. He has a hard time bringing it out. He's like one of the best athletes I've seen in person. Like no cap, bro.
I agree. I remember watching him in college, and he came to college right after Vic, a couple years after Vic, and the highlights were like he modeled his game after Vic, because you could see like the way he was running, the way he was throwing, everything was like Vic. So, and obviously like Vic is on another level, but Tyrod is close though. He's close.
Yeah.
What was training like for you? Like obviously we're in a pandemic, everything's closed. Like you don't know what's open. Like they're saying 10 feet away from people. Like what was training like for you, especially this year?
Man, it was definitely a challenge. Fortunately, I was fortunate enough that my trainer in Buffalo, we had a pretty good setup at his house, and we were able to pretty much get everything we needed to work-wise. But, I mean, it definitely wasn't ideal because, I mean, I'm used to having an indoor with more turf. But we definitely had to improvise. But, I mean, I was more fortunate than most guys that, didn't have a gym, or some guys didn't have weights, you know what I mean? So I really can't complain in that aspect. Right, exactly. Just walking around swole
like they did a bid.
Come back to training camp, can't just ain't do no cardio.
Yeah,
no cardio. But I was fortunate.
You were able to get trained properly, but now that you're in the kind of, are you in the facility yet or no? Like, what's the?
No, so I mean, at this current point in time, we gotta have 2 negative tests to get into the facility, and I mean, I've had already 1 negative test, and we got a test tomorrow. So, I mean, granted, I passed, which most likely I will. I mean, don't feel sick or anything. Then we get in the facility on Wednesday. So, So have you seen the facility yet? Like, do you know what the team has done to make it safe, or like? No. I mean, from what I know, we moved. We're not at our practice facility. We're actually at the stadium. We're going to be doing everything. Training camp's going to be held at actual Arrowhead Stadium. So I guess there's just much more room there for meeting rooms and things, and we can practice social distancing better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I heard it's a good setup, but, we'll see. Hopefully the percentage of people infected stays down, and we're hopeful to have a whole season. Man.
Yeah, because it's looking, it's iffy, because I've seen the stuff with baseball today where they got to cancel games, and you just never know, man.
Cancel a whole opener or something.
Florida had to cancel the whole openers, and it's like, man, you just never know with this thing. It's so tricky.
It's like day to day.
Right.
I'm like, man, you never know.
Yeah, it's wild, but like it seems like NFL is like the one institution that has the money to make sure. Everything is in place for for it to be successful. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everything's different, obviously, with COVID. Do you expect the games to be different? Like, there's gonna be no fans, right? And Arrowhead is jumping.
We got
right?
a Guinness
That's an
World
advantage.
Record. We got a Guinness World Record for a lot of stadium, man. We
right.
got a world record.
So like you think the games are gonna be different with no fans? Like how do you? Because I know like practice when you get the juices flowing and music going and everything, you don't really notice there's no fans. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to do your job. But how do you imagine it's gonna be with no fans?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to. They say they're trying to do fake crowd noise or something, but I don't know. It's just not the same seeing people all around. It's a kind of adrenaline you get when you see everybody screaming and fans and things like that. I don't know. I mean, we got a job to do at the end of the day, and it is what it is. But I don't know the feeling wise what it's gonna be like. I just hope, it's. I hope the NFL does the best job they can setting everything up, so we try to create that game day feeling.
Right, because you've seen like the NBA bubble, right? And it doesn't look bad, bro. Like when I'm watching the games, I'm like, they got the little fake crowd in the stands. They got the crowd noise. They got all the
like little
LED
digital
lights. I'm thinking the NFL is gonna do something different. I mean, similar because they got the money, but the stadiums are so much bigger. It's like it's gonna be hard.
Right. Exactly. Imagine like remember those big aerial views?
Yes.
Just emptiness. Like, that's gonna be like. How do you broadcast that? Like,
they're not even gonna go.
I don't think they're gonna broadcast that. I heard something like they might turn the 100 levels into all advertising out.
Yeah, you know what? You know who did that? Soccer did that, and they had like the kind of banners of the team, and they had advertising. So it's a different way for them to make money that they're losing from the fans because it's there's certain stadiums
they're gonna find a way.
They're gonna find a way
to make that money.
100%. 100%. Bro, so a big part of the show and the part that people love the most is trash talk, man. Like, so people love, like, the guys I've had on, we're talking about like fans talking trash to them and them having a little rebuttal and going crazy. A dude DMing a dude. Telling him like he was trash, and then he went back after the game. The dude had deleted the message. So just stuff that that happens.
I think some actually just came out today with Keenan Allen coming at Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Tyreek.
Yes, that was comedy. That was comedy.
He at the wrong Chris Godwin. I actually DM'd Mike.
Chris Goodwin.
I said, Mike, trade Chris Goodwin. He DM'd the wrong guy. I DM'd Mike. I was like, Mike, this got me weak right now. He just sent me a laughing emoji.
Yeah, bro, I was crying, bro. And then Chris Godwin went, hey, it's all good, man. Chris Goodwin isn't better than me either.
That's funny, man. It's funny.
But what have you seen on the field that
Super Bowl
to you?
Super Bowl, my guy Frank Clark, man, he great at trash talk. He was trash talking George Kittle. If you go back, anybody watching this, if y'all go back and watch like the mic'd up Super Bowl, like on YouTube, it's like 40 minutes long. Just hear some of the trash talk. People, hey Kittle, come in, hey, step into my office. Like he be going crazy at people. I think we were playing New England too. Like week maybe 15 of the season, and fans were just talking about Frank's hair because he has like orange hair or something,
right, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then he went out there and sacked Tom Brady, and like just looked at the crowd, things like that just kill you, man. There's so many little things. It's just funny.
Yeah,
funny, man.
Speaking of Tom Brady, bro, you play with Jameis, right? And in Tampa, he gets a bad rap because I got a boy, Bryant Mitchell, that's on the team now.
Right. Oh yeah, I know, Brian.
Yeah, he played with me in Edmonton, but he's on the team now, and he tells me Jameis is a great guy. He will die by Jameis. He'll defend him to the death. And I feel like obviously you have an experience with the guy that a lot of the fans don't. Why do you think like he gets such a bad rap? And like, what do you know about him that if the fans knew, they wouldn't talk about him like that?
He's just a very sensible, like godly guy to me. He's a leader. I mean, he might do some quirky, like you might see some funny stuff, like the eat a W thing. Like people might think it's funny, but no, he's really passionate about the game of football. You can tell he's really he studies a lot. Just unfortunately, he's had some mishaps in his career, turnovers, things like that, and fans they have no chill. They're gonna go and attack that. But to me, Jameis is a professional in my eyes, and I see him as a guy that hopefully can improve and become an elite quarterback. In the past, you've seen so many quarterbacks start their career sometimes shaky and then end up being great quarterbacks. So, I wish all the best to him, and hopefully he improves as his career goes on.
Yeah, no, for real. Speaking of another dude that probably doesn't need to improve as much, Tyreek Hill. You seen him doing all his races, and it seems like no one can touch him. Right? We all know he's fast, but you've gone against him, like you've been on defense, and obviously in the meeting room, you'll watch film. Right? What's the craziest thing that he's done with his speed that made you think, man, this dude is not human?
So actually, I had to cover him one time in practice.
No,
in the slot, bro. In the slot,
what defense was this?
Yeah, no, but I was doing scout. And he was on offense.
Okay.
So I'm on a DN. I had to cover him. Basically, I was a little off. I had to give him a cushion. You don't press Tyreek Hill.
Okay, wait, what's going through your head though? Like you see him,
bro. You see him in his stance. Just he about to just, and it's gonna be over.
Right.
And he did just that. He did we're in a drag route, and I couldn't keep up. It was over.
Well, it's funny.
Like I'm talking like 15 yards of separation. Bad. But no, he's fast, man. He just he's generational talent, like athlete wise, man. That dude just fast, bro. You can't put another way. He's just built different, man. He's stocky, low center of gravity, can change direction like crazy and stop on a dime. I mean, he's like your perfect ideal slot receiver. Like,
he can do it all. Like the craziest thing I seen from him was when your running back was going to go score for a touchdown versus Minnesota. And he caught him and passed him, right? Dude was away, bro. He caught him
like as he's celebrating doing that, like he's jokingly doing that too, like
man, that was
like he's not even being serious, really sprinting, like like it's crazy, man.
If anybody challenges to a race, man, they're crazy. They're not
crazy, bro. They losing all that money they betted. They losing all that money.
So I need you. You're DN and you study DNs. You know a lot about DNs and what to look for and how what a good DN is. I want you to build me the perfect DN, right? So we're talking get off, bull rush, finesse moves, and IQ. So first, get off. Who would have the best get off for your best ever DN combination?
Best ever, like in the history of the game.
No, playing right now.
Oh, just playing right now. Okay.
Yeah,
I would say I gotta give it to my guy Frank, man. Frank Clark. He got the get off, bro.
Best get off.
Frank
all right.
Clark, best get off, yeah.
And then bull rush. Who's got the best bull rush in the game right now?
As a DN, Khalil, man. You gotta go Khalil's long arm stab.
One arm, two arm, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it ain't going. Yeah, him Khalil, man. He got that. He got the power move.
Best finesse move.
Von Miller, man. Von Miller got the best finesse game.
Yeah,
I got the best finesse game. Yeah,
he's out there playing basketball, bro.
For real, just out there. Chilling. He got some power behind his game too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Then IQ.
IQ, smart guy.
Smart guy.
Say no, for real. No, I like Cameron Jordan. Cameron Jordan from the Saints.
Yeah,
smart, man. He's really smart.
He is.
Very smart.
Diagnosing
smart,
everything, screens.
To be so big, like he moves great, but like he can sniff out a lot of stuff too. So I'll get at the Cam, man.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's that DN right now. All those dudes are Hall of Famers.
You're gonna have a bust right in the
all pros for sure. But man, you gonna have you don't need like God to stop them. That's crazy.
You got to send a whole line that way. Whole line that way.
Problems.
They still might not block them.
Right. Before we get ahead, we got a game coming up. But talk about the Super Bowl again. You're talking about your Cloud9, right? What after you win the Super Bowl? What was the dopest thing that came out of that? Like I know people were hitting you up, but what was the dopest thing? Yeah, the coolest thing that came out of the Super Bowl.
Man. Coolest thing, actually, after the game, The Rock, like, after the game, The Rock, like, he left us all a bottle of his tequila that hadn't come out yet. It wasn't going to come out until March.
Yeah.
And he all left us a bottle of his tequila in his room. I thought that was pretty cool, man.
That's dope, man. That you can't really top that. And obviously the DMs. Okay, so give my listeners like what happens after the Super Bowl. After you get dressed, not party, but you confetti comes down, see your family, take pictures, post game after that, okay? Look, I want to know about the after
that, we waited in the bus. We waited in the bus for about an hour for Andy Reid to get back on the bus, something like that.
For who?
And then for Andy Reid, our head coach, we waited for him to shower up good. And then we went back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And they turned our hotel. We basically got a resort. They turned our hotel into a concert. And so the winning team for the Super Bowl, whoever won the Super Bowl, Pitbull was going to go to their hotel and perform. Yeah. So Pitbull came to our hotel, performed. It was cool. Pat got up and spoke. Andy got up and spoke. Yeah. And then we all we went out to a little club at Club Live, and just.
Okay, Live. Okay, what was going on at Live? Tell us what was going on at Live.
We were just vibing, man. We were just vibing. It was all PG-13. It was all PG. We were just all just vibing with each other, man. Having a good time, man. Having a good time. That's it, man.
And then obviously your DMs are going crazy. Who was the dopest person that hit you up on your DMs? Like obviously not me, but who other than me? Who's
that was a person, man. I can't even say one. It was just love, man. I was just appreciating the love from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like, especially the genuine people that, see me and where I come from in my career. I was just appreciating love and, what I mean? It was just a genuine moment that I share with a lot of people, man. And to this day, they just like, I'm just so happy for you. Yeah. That this happened for you. There's, you're really deserving. I'm just like, just blessed, very fortunate.
It was meant to be, man. Like, honestly, like, there's some good things happen to good people. I believe that. And
right.
You're definitely, it was meant to be. All right, bro, we're going to play this game before we get out of here. It's called gut check time, okay? So I'm going to ask you to pick between two people, right? So I'm going to say, okay, MJ or Jordan, right? I'm not MJ or Jordan, no. MJ or LeBron, and then you tell me who you got, okay? Okay, so the first one, I got who is quicker, Tyreek Hill or Lamar Jackson?
Tyreek Hill.
You better pick your teammate. Better feeling, winning the Super Bowl or getting engaged?
Oh, I gotta say getting engaged, but she gonna kill me if she
gonna kill you. I was gonna tag her in her, and if you didn't choose her, bro.
Look at hey, gotta get one of them. Hey,
better
getting engaged, bro.
Yeah, better chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A.
Okay, you need a sack, and both these dudes are in their prime, that their absolute prime. Who you got? Terrell Suggs or Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack. Hey, Mack, man. I got Mack, bro.
One thing about you, man, you are loyal, man.
I'm loyal to my peeps, man.
You're loyal to my people, bro.
I'm loyal to my peeps, man.
And last but not least, man, you got to pick your poison, all right? Buffalo with no winter tires or Tampa with no AC?
Tampa with no AC, man. You might die at Buffalo, no winter tires. Like, you really might die. Like, I'm not even joking.
You're
gonna end up in a bridge. You're gonna end up in some kind of ditch. Car's gonna explode.
Yeah. Hey, man. I appreciate that so much, man. Appreciate you having you on Super Bowl champ, man. Damone Harris, man. I appreciate you. Hey, good luck in camp, man. Is there anything you're working on or that you got going on that you want the people to know about?
Nah, man, there's always good energy, good vibes. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and watching this. And man, go Chiefs. Let's run it back.
Yeah, run it back. All right, brother. Appreciate it, man. Hey, good luck this year.
Thank you.
All right.